communities is still true. And yet, these technological accelerations and cultural movements invite updated examples and new reflection. In the category of technology that has become commonplace, perhaps the most life-altering has been the way phones have come to saturate our lives. In 2010, we still called them smartphones, and they were only just transitioning from the toys of the tech elite into the ubiquitous, ever-present, always-on, glowing rectangles that permeate our lives. Our phones make incredible things possible, both good and bad, but they are significant not just because of what we can do with them, but because of how we have rearranged our lives around them. We wake up to their alarms, respond to their notifications, record our most insignificant moments with their cameras, and then scroll through their feeds as we fall asleep. Phones not only have reshaped our individual habits, but they have also made larger societal shifts possible, such as enabling developing countries to skip wired phone and internet connections altogether, empowering remix culture, where individuals collect and arrange values and beliefs to their tastes, and empowering companies like Uber to transform the transportation industry, and Spotify to disrupt the music industry. The ubiquity of phones, in turn, accelerated the use of social media, which was just emerging from college culture, Facebook, and Silicon Valley, Twitter in the early 2010s. New platforms have come and gone. Remember Google+? And different demographic groups gravitate toward some platforms more than others. But social media is now a part of everything from schools and churches to politics and medicine. As with phones, the list of good and bad uses of social media is endless, but underlying that are profound changes to society, including political elections that centered on the use and abuse of social media, the rise of misinformation campaigns that accelerated an erosion of trust in traditional societal structures, and heightened tensions around important issues of justice and human rights. The pandemic and lockdowns of 2020 and later only accelerated these technological changes, and people around the world embraced and adapted to digital technology literally overnight. The idea of online church was a mere footnote in the first edition of this book, but due to the pandemic, it became something nearly every religious person in the world had experienced, along with online school, remote work, and grocery delivery. It is difficult to imagine how things would have played out if the pandemic had taken place 20 years earlier, when the internet was still young, and tools like live streaming and video conferencing were not yet widely available. Today, it is difficult to imagine life, relationships, and business without them. As we have experienced the accelerations of mainstream technology becoming commonplace, we have also become more aware of the technology that was just coming on the market in 2010. For example, Bitcoin was invented in 2009, but it took years for it and its crypto competitors to make their way into mainstream financial discussions. Virtual reality, VR, too, has been around for decades, but has recently gone from being an expensive experimental technology to something that costs less than a phone to try, and is now the focus of many companies, like Facebook's parent company, Meta. Talk of robots and artificial intelligence, AI, has also entered the mainstream, where AI can be loosely defined as anything we used to think only humans could do. This includes deepfake videos, self-driving cars, and medical diagnoses, and will expand to more in the years to come. As we talk to our smart speakers, ideas about the singularity, transhumanism, bioethics, and designer babies have also emerged from science fiction into podcast discussion points and everyday conversations. Each of these events and trends are worthy of deep engagement and thoughtful discussion, though I can't fully address them all in an update to this book. But I have attempted to bring the examples and references throughout this edition into conversation with these events, while continuing to argue both that technology is still a good part of our image-bearing creativity, and that, more than ever, we need godly wisdom